May very well be.
I laughed. I said, well, I'm coming to red. It just kind of sounds like fun. We tried, Tracy. That sounds
What go? Listen, I got a question for you. Have you heard anything yet on Simpson Road?
I'm getting the sheet, okay?
Go ahead. Everybody sign the sheet that wants to address the commission tonight.
Invoices.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because when the time comes, there's a whole lot of it. Sidewalk that's got to be talked about. Maybe there was a change order and they eliminated them. We have to find out. We have to find out about those things. And then of course we'll just deduct it. $1,000 you owe us, but you're not paying us from. We can play that titter tat game all day, can't we?
I guess so. We'll see.
Send her home. She's got nothing.
It's on.
A little early. You watch the Little City one and see how Amber does it, 'cause I'm gonna win.
Pat,
No.
you wanna speak? Okay.
I'm gonna need, if you can, post a little broad children edition. If I send it to you electronically, it's the way to go with it. I'll send it to you close the time.
Thank you. I hit like Second Avenue, go down, cut back behind the school. Bill office building or wherever, go down Hasley Drive and stuff. 3 motorcycles, 2 handguns, 4
It's
cell
how
phones.
we're gonna do it.
I mean, like, overnight, like,
Pledge,
that's
prayer, whichever
can't afford
you'll
to
do.
go already. So like my last
I guess.
2 years. It's on hold.
Pledge of
Okay,
prayer.
now 1 minute.
Thinks it stands for pledge of prayer. Where you going, Tracy? Blair, you can't leave.
His bike beat mine.
Go.
I saw that. I was like, see if I can come that business too. I'm not sure how long it's gonna last.
Buddy,
Yeah,
buddy,
it was mine.
you doing Tracy's stuff or is she gone?
I'll do it.
Okay,
No, sorry, you don't get to go.
you ready to go, buddy?
I'm trying really hard to go home.
Okay, I'm gonna call the Loudon County Commission meeting for Monday, June 6, 2022 to order. I've asked Commissioner Duff to open the meeting with a pledge and a prayer.
To the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would you remain standing for the prayer, please? Our Father, walk through this room and take away all our worries. Please watch over and heal our families. Please protect our freedoms and watch over our troops who are defending those freedoms. Thank you, Lord, for walking with us. We journey through, as we journey through this life. Lord, be with those that are hurting. Lord, give me the ability to see others as you see them. Help us to shine your love into a world in need of it. Be present with this county commission this evening. In thy name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Tammy, call the roll.
Brewster. Present. Mears.
Here.
Hurley. Present. Tinker. Satterfield. Whitfield.
Here.
Cullen.
Here.
Jeff.
Here.
Shaver.
Here.
Waller.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is the adoption of the commission agenda, and I have one change. I'm going to remove the Tellico Village request for the water and sewer grant from TDEC, and I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, I burned a lot of jet fuel on this item, but I was supposed to get some information from TDEC, and I gotta tell you, that's a task in itself. But here's the rulings from Bob Bowman, our county attorney. The county would have to be provided an opinion letter from a competent attorney stating that it was lawful for Loudon County to participate in the TDEC grant program on behalf or in conjunction with the POA. This is the first time in the 8 years I've been here where we crossed over to help a private water and sewer system. They must agree to indemnify, and they've done that already. And another issue that's really the facts of the matter is Bob has a conflict of interest because his firm represents the POA when it comes to HR issues. So he can't do much for us there. He recommended another attorney, a Mr. Conley, He's of Hodge, Doherty, and Carson to represent us in the grant. The PLA has agreed to reimburse the fees for that attorney. The issue comes down to my friends and neighbors from here in the village. I'm working hard. I want to get this done because I think it benefits my friends and neighbors in the village. It will be a help, and it's probably the only time on the commission where we could do something for the village because it's a 501c4 subdivision. So I'm gonna put it off until I get additional information. I've been back and forth with Mitzi. So that's the only change that I will make to the agenda. Can I get a motion and a second?
Make
to
a motion,
adopt?
we approve the agenda as amended.
Okay, and do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we got a second. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Agenda is adopted. Next up is a reading and acceptance of the May 9th, 2022 Loudon County Commission minutes.
Make a motion, we approve the minutes, Mr. Chairman.
We got a motion by Commissioner Saver. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion, second by Commissioner Brewster. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Okay, next up is general public comments. Steve Fields, come to the podium and tell us what you got on your mind.
Unless it's about garbage.
It's about the landfill. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and commissioners, I appreciate I'm here to provide a reminder, if you would. And I just want to be really quick, because I know you have a lot of important business, and the last thing you want to see is my smiling face visiting with y'all. So I understand that, and I'm just going to be really quick. One of the things that the county commission can do, and I believe that you folks have investigated the possibility of this, is to put some kind of a user fee or some kind of a surcharge on the garbage coming into the landfill. Now, I'm not advocating that you do that because our contract with Republic strictly prohibits board members from lobbying county folks about this position. I just want to remind you that that is something that is within your all's domain if you wanted to. I'm not advocating that you do it, but it's just there for you if you want to. And that's all I'm saying. Again, I can't lobby you for it, so it's back to you guys. And I think Bowman has already provided an opinion on that. So, thank you very much.
Thank you. Sarah Thomason.
Well, good evening. Thank you. My 2021-2022 term as chair of the Loudon County Library Board Committee is coming to an end this month. And I wanted to thank you for listening to me all these last few months. I really do appreciate that. And of course, I have to leave you with 3 more success stories before I go. So, the first one, are any of you dog lovers? I bet so. Well, we have a patron who is a dog lover who breeds her favorite dog as a hobby. She relies on the library to make the copies she needs to apply for the certificates of authenticity for her puppies. If she didn't have this service from the library, she would have to drive approximately 10 to 20 miles every time she needs a copy. We're saving her some money right now as the gas prices continue to rise. She's in there very frequently doing that. Second, do you know of anyone with hearing disabilities? Well, our Greenback Library Director recently enrolled 2 people in the Tennessee Library for Accessible Books and Media. This is a free service provided by the State Department, and while our regional system contains a substantial supply of audio materials, these 2 patrons were thrilled to now have audio access to pretty much any materials they want. And all of this is delivered straight to their doors. This is an extremely valuable service in helping combat the loneliness and isolation often felt by many people in our community with disabilities. And my third and last success story is a service that was provided to me. I'm the chief caregiver of an elderly man, he's up in his 80s, who served in the Army Reserves back in the early to mid-1950s. He may be eligible for some assistance from the government based on his status as a veteran. And being in the mental condition that he is, I had really no idea where to find documentation of his discharge or where some of those important papers might be. Well, my library director quickly helped me access the website that I needed to go to, and I was able to submit my search information within minutes. I bless her, and I bless you all too. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for serving as chair on the board
It's been a
this
pleasure.
last stretch. We certainly enjoyed it as well.
Blake Moore.
I think I'm a little taller. Good afternoon, or evening as the case may be, and thanks for the opportunity to speak to you tonight. Just a couple of quick things. One, hearkening back to the Solid Waste Committee meeting last week, as a proud member of this community, albeit maybe not as long as some of the other people in here, but I'm proud of who we are and what we have. The special call meeting last week was disturbing at best, as some of the representatives from that committee have told the county commissioners that they have the right to enter into any agreement they choose fit, regardless of the potential impact to taxpayers or the opinion of the elected commissioners. The most troubling aspect was that there is a potential multi-million-dollar tab for the county at the end of the contract if Samtec does not fulfill its obligations, which would represent a significant portion of the county's overall budget. With all due respect, if I had ever spoken to a CEO of the company I work for like this commission experienced last week, I would have been relieved of my position. As a taxpayer, I'd like to respectfully submit my opinion that the Solid Waste Commission be held in contempt if necessary, and actions taken to prevent the signing of any agreement without the express written consent of 2/3 of the county commission. I voted for the commission. I didn't vote for this committee. And if they can put myself and my fellow taxpayers in a position where we could be liable for multi-millions of dollars because of their decision, I think that's in poor taste for our taxpayers as a whole. And I'll leave that alone. Two other quick issues. The Tennessee Department of Economic and Community Development has allocated $400 million for rural broadband expansion. I know Buddy's tired of hearing me talk about this. I would like to know, who is the Loudon County representative soliciting for our share of that $400 million? Does anybody know?
If you're talking countywide, you're talking about probably 4 to 5, maybe even 6 different individuals. Charter, Comcast, of course LCUB is in the business as well, and LUB, and I think LUB, as far as this end, is working with, the last I'd heard, they were working with Charter to even use LUB poles in an effort to expand their service as well.
Yeah, I know how government services work, and when there's $400 million out there, there's gonna be a lot of people with their hands up. And Loudon is not exactly a big fish in the pond, so if we don't have people raising their hands early and often, the chances are that our share of that money may not be as large as it could be. You've done a miraculous job. You've listened to me way more than you probably should have, so thank you very much, Mayor, for that. But again, I'd just like to make sure that, I'm gonna keep saying it, that that's a lot of money. That is all of our tax dollars, and if we can bring more of it to Loudon County, I think we should. What did I get to talk about? Based on the meeting last week with community planning consultants, I just wanted to know, is there a plan to begin updating the community at large with information that regarding this, as well as all other additional information that might bring our community together as a whole? Could we do anything? Could we appoint someone within the commission to be responsible for developing, whether it's an opt-in email whether it's QR codes posted around the community, whatever it is. There's a lot of great information that goes on in this commission meeting. There's not that many people here, so it's up to all of us to get that information out. I know there's a few Facebook pages, but why don't, obviously, Mr. Shaver, you have your own. It's great information, but the reality is, if there's not a consistent place where everybody can go get the same information, that takes the opinion out and actually does provide unbiased opinion that's approved by the commission. I'm not quite sure we're gonna get the support that we need overall to make this county as great as it can be. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Susie Gingrich.
I'm Susan Gingrich. I'm a national Christian conservative activist currently living in Tellico Village. I shared with some people from Tellico Village not my opinion, but what I observed watching the meeting the other night about Republic and the sewer problems. And this is what I wrote. I watched the special commission meeting concerning Republic. It was very interesting and informative. Two strong women, Pandora Breland from the village and Pat Hunter, the only no vote on the Loudon County Solid Waste Disposal Commission to not move the draft new Republic contract forward, both spoke. The local newspaper's best political reporter was there, and the Wednesday edition will have more details. County Commission is ultimately responsible since it created the LCSWDC, and the mayor appoints members, confirmed by commission. Several commissioners brought up a serious lack of transparency, which was refreshing since it is usually in short supply. Because of input from commission, the draft was pulled back and will be relooked at in consideration of problems relayed by knowledgeable people who had done their homework. And yes, the trash problem in Tellico Village was brought up by Chairman Cullen, who also did a decent job of adhering to Robert's rules pertaining to addressing the body. Thank you, Chairman Cullen. There is a county commission meeting tonight, and the POA's request for assistance is on the agenda. Now it's not. Republic and extending the contract are not. Okay, that's my first issue. My second issue relates to something that I never expected to experience here when I moved here. Discrimination, bullying, and harassment of women involved politically. A friend is being harassed by the same man who harassed me when I ran for county commission 4 years ago. But he wasn't the only good old boy to do so. Some were villagers. I even had a female senior citizen, perhaps from the village, call me at 2 a.m. to tell me that my hair was too long. The same miscontent called at 4 a.m. another morning and got my husband Jim. When he picked up the phone, she told him that I was too much like a Southern belle. To me, that was a compliment. But bullying, harassment, and discrimination against women are wrong, and even more worrisome when a woman weaker than the women being bullied and harassed gets her husband to do the dirty work. We are not treated the same as men here, and there are laws protecting us. It is local law enforcement's responsibility to take complaints of harassment, bullying, and discrimination seriously. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, that concludes the public comments. Jack Paul, step up there and tell us about Center 75.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me here this evening. If you recall at your workshop, we have lot Center 75, lot 6A. I don't know if we have the present slide.
I don't have it.
No slides? All right, I'll just swing it.
Sorry.
So currently, we have 32 acres in the Center 75 lot. We're gonna subdivide that and sell it to a company. We're looking at a purchase price of $375, as your resolution has. And also, they're buying out the remainder portion of the billboard lease for another additional $30,000. I'm asking for that $30,000 to remain in the Center 75 fund for maintenance of the park.
So you're asking permission to sell this land?
I'm asking permission to sell this 15 acres.
That's 405,000 total,
That's correct.
Including the billboard.
including the billboard.
Yes.
Who owns the billboard?
Right now, the county has a lease with Lamar for the billboard.
How long is the lease?
Lease was, there's 10 years left on the lease, roughly,
It's, how much is that worth?
$50,000. So we negotiated $30,000.
And this is a manufacturing facility?
It is.
How many employees?
They're starting out with 25 employees, and they think by the third year they'll have the increase that into the 25. They're gonna construct about a 20,000 square foot facility. It's a food processing like a
Do
bakery.
you think this one will actually happen? I mean, have we sold this parcel a couple, 3 times now?
No, we've never sold this parcel.
On the side?
No, we sold the one across the street.
Okay.
We didn't put clawback provisions in it. I have put clawback provisions in this contract that will allow either the city and or both county to purchase this back at the negotiated price. In the event that they don't construct something, start construction within 12 months and have it finally completed.
Can
in
you
36
send us a
months.
copy of that sometime? I don't think that's in our packet.
Yeah, we're still finalizing the contract, and of course, the contract will be signed by the mayor once it's finalized.
You know what they're gonna pay, Jack, just roughly?
Well, right now, unless you're paying well above $15, you're gonna struggle to find, employees, I mean, I know that.
Is it gonna be anything obnoxious, noisy, stinky?
It's gonna be a bakery. That's about all I can say at this point. You want me to give it a code name?
Oh, I should always have a super secret code name. Whisper Jack, how about that? This is
Project
Project
Donut.
Whisper Jack,
Project Donut.
Project Donut.
Okay.
Are we a little
How about Danish,
premature?
Project Danish.
Are we a little premature to do this prior to you actually having a contract?
No, but we do this with all our contracts. I mean, I'm still in good luck. The contract's negotiated, but I can't sign off on the contract to start the due diligence of the process until it has your blessing. And then I have to go have the city bless it because it's a 60-40 ownership in this park. And then I have to have EDA bless it.
And
I
it
have
is,
it blessed by everyone.
and it
Has
is,
the
a-
city blessed it yet?
No, the city has not blessed it. It's on the agenda coming up for the
and it
city.
is a full manufacturing facility.
Yes.
Jack, it's the same one that's been in the works for about a year, maybe a little longer.
Almost a year, yeah. It's been going on a while.
I'm gonna make a motion, we approve it.
Second on the motion. Okay, we got a motion by Commissioner Whitfield, seconded by Commissioner Mears. Any discussion? Okay, since there's money involved, it'll have to be a roll call vote.
Mears,
Aye.
Hurley,
Aye.
Whitfield,
Aye.
Cullen,
Aye.
Duff,
Aye.
Shaver,
Huh?
and Brewster.
Aye.
Thank you, Jeff.
Sold to the man at the podium. Motion carries. Okay, 3-star annual report.
As you know, every year we come to the county and ask for the 3-star report to be signed off by this commission. Basically, that means that you have a debt reporting process as well as, do audits and things like that. This is just a necessary step for going after 3-star grants with the state of Tennessee. So that's what you have in front of you tonight. It's the same paperwork, says the exact same thing. We're just putting a different date on it and getting somebody to sign it.
Okay.
I gotta ask,
Sure.
whether it's workshop.
No, it was not a workshop because there's a time constraint that I needed to get it signed and I did not get it from the state in time.
There you go.
Merry Christmas.
Mr. Chairman, I'd make a motion for approval.
Okay,
I'll
Commissioner
second.
Mears makes a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Commissioner Brewster seconds it. Any further discussion?
One question
Yes, sir.
in that area. I know we've been working on this for some time and on down the road. What do traffic lights look like down on the interstate? Possibility.
There's a traffic signal going in on the, currently, on the
There's no money.
off-ramp on the southbound,
Is there?
I-75 at 72. That is still in the works, I think the conduit's already run, and it should see some dirt moving soon. One thing I just want to say about the three-star report, why it's important, any grant that anyone goes after in this county, whether it be a CDBG, and I'll throw out a bunch of acronyms here, but any grant that goes after, it's a state grant, these are points that they give you for applying that you are a three-star community, so it's important for us to do this every year, so I just want to say thank you for that.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Since there's no money involved, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you for your time.
Okay. Buddy Bradshaw.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Under A, under my name, under A is the Equalization Board, the Loudon County Library Board, as well as the Ocoee River Regional Board.
Make a motion to approve the mayor's appointments.
1, 2, and 3,
Yes,
or?
sir, yes, sir.
We can do all these at once, yes.
Okay, you made a motion to approve all 3?
I did.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second the motion. I'll second the motion.
Commissioner Whitfield seconds the motion.
Mr. Chairman, just one quick question for the mayor
Sure.
there. What's the Ocoee River Regional Board?
That's down.
It's kinda like our library board, but we are in the, what's it called, Sarah, the Ocoee region?
Well, they're the region that all of our libraries and several other counties, work with, help us.
Kinda like being in the Southeastern Conference West, you're still a member of the Southeastern
That's
Conference.
exactly what I was thinking.
That's it.
Southeastern.
Okay, any further questions? All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries.
Under B is the COVID leave policy extension. You know, I honestly think this may be the last time we have to do it. I didn't know if we would even do it this time, but lo and behold, we had 2 more employees just in the county office building show up with COVID. I would like to extend it just for 6 months, and hopefully this will be the last time we.
Make a motion, we approve the extension, then December.
I'll
Okay.
second.
We got a motion by Commissioner Shaver, seconded by Commissioner Brewster, to extend the COVID leave from July 1st to December 31st. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Pretty soon it'll be monkeypox.
It's coming.
It's upgraded.
Monkeypox leave policy.
Under,
Put a hyphen.
yeah, hyphen on it. Under Ms. Blair's work, the A is the consideration for recommendation to approve the application acceptance of $3,975 increase in the EMPG grant.
Make a motion, we approve.
Okay, we got a motion to approve.
I said it too, so.
I'll
Okay.
second it.
Second.
Okay, Commissioner
It doesn't
Brewster
matter.
makes the motion, Commissioner
Kelly, you know
Shaver
you don't
seconds it.
exist.
Okay, since there's money involved in this one, any further discussion? Tammy, call the roll.
Hurley,
Yes.
Whitfield,
Yes.
Cullen,
Yes.
Duff,
Yes.
Shaver,
Yes.
Brewster. Yes. Mears.
Under B is consideration for recommendation to approve the application acceptance of a $14,480 ETHA grant for the senior center, and this is a good one, no
I
matching
make a
funds.
motion to
Second.
approve.
We got a motion by Commissioner Brewster, seconded by Commissioner Shaver. Any further discussion? Since there's money involved, call the roll.
Whitfield,
Yes.
Cullen,
Yes.
Duff,
Yes.
Shaver,
Yes.
Brewster. Mears.
Aye.
Hurley.
Yes.
C, we can vote on all 3 of these at one time. It is the,
Motion carries.
it is the budget amendments that we covered in workshop and highway, and 131.
Make a motion, we approve all of them at one time.
I'll second.
Okay, we got a motion by Commissioner Shaver to approve all 3, seconded by Commissioner Brewster. Any further discussion? Again, Tammy, there's money involved, call the roll.
Cullen,
Yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
Shaver,
Yes.
Brewster, Mears,
Yes.
Hurley.
Yes.
Tinker. Never mind, you're not here.
He can't answer.
I tried.
Anyway, he has to
My
read
list
his.
still has them on here.
Okay.
And, D is the statutory bond for Mr. Guerin, Director of Schools.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
We got a motion by Commissioner Brewster to approve, seconded by Commissioner Shaver. We pay for a bond, don't we? Yes. Call the roll. Any further discussion? Tammy, call the roll.
Cullen,
Yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
Shaver,
Yes.
Brewster, Mears,
Yes.
Hurley.
Yes.
Whitfield, yes.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, you're next,
Who?
sorry.
Whitfield? Who's Whitfield?
I don't know that guy.
Sorry, I'm marking off the names as we go over, everybody's not here, I'm getting confused. Sorry about that.
You're good.
Okay, is that it, buddy?
Well, I'm assuming Miss Blair gave out the monthly,
Yes, she did.
well, if she didn't, I don't have one. Just one little thing, Mr. Homer Millsaps, he served on the Board of Equalization for a while, and the father, James Smith, who works for Mike Campbell's office, and Mr. Millsaps passed away yesterday afternoon, and, requested, we just remember that family prayers. Homer was a good
What's
man.
his first name?
Homer,
Holden Mills.
and a pillar of the community in Philadelphia community, really on this side of the river.
Okay, we'll keep them in our prayers.
All right, Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. Thank you, Commissioner.
David?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, I have 19 names to be submitted for bonds and notaries to be approved tonight by commission, needing a second.
Second.
Thank you, sir.
We got
I
a
did it
motion-
for you when you was out, David. I did it myself.
It'll be yours.
We got a
No,
motion
it's
by Commissioner Mears, seconded by Commissioner Shaver. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Ah,
Any opposed? Okay, you got your bonds and notaries.
make a motion we adjourn.
I'll second.
We got a motion to adjourn by Commissioner Shaver, seconded by Commissioner Brewster.
6:31.
Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Ah.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, shake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I got papers to sign.
Good move.
Well, I've got to come by and give you a hard time about something.
Absolutely. Nothing to be hard tonight. Too easy tonight. You should have been here last Wednesday night. That would have been fun.
Is it road,
2.5 hours.
road ready?
We talked about
How fast
garbage.
does it go?
Yeah.
They've
I thought we was
agreed
going down that road again
to
today.
the biggest one.
I come in 2002, we've been talking about
One
it.
of those two.
The attorneys aren't convinced that we can do
All
it.
garbage.
I think we can, because I read the TJ reviews.
Larry, how are you, sir?
Yeah.
Ma'am?
Thanks for coming.
Good to see you. I'm sorry to see you. It is 6 miles per hour.
No, we're gonna get one anyway.
Oh, yeah.
That's suicide. I'm sure the crazy lady was off all that.
Well, yeah, take a look at the thumbnail top and everything. It's in that.
I think you're never wrong, this way. I put this note on my desk and I won't forget.
Behind in there. You can't raise the fee enough.
I just wanted to let you know you've been on it from the front end. Adam, I think, just right over you. That shit comes about it, so. Get going, yes, ma'am. Good to see you. Bye-bye.
We just,
And the secretary, you know, if I get reelected,
That's part of what you can tax.
Hey, turn this off.
Hold on.
Supply chain issues, and like the contractors, how much that's gonna cost, maybe, even if you can't get
I'll go with
Come on, come on.
I'm trying.